What is up, freedom lovers? It is May 25th, 11:35 p.m. I should probably be in bed. Um, I'd mentioned some FEMA insurance crap somewhere the other day. This just popped up. FEMA process still has county officials guessing. This is about the FEMA insurance program that we were talking about. If you didn't know, FEMA has their hand in insurance, Federal Emergency Management Insurance. Um, so here we go. Because of a lawsuit by the National Marine Fisheries Service, the Federal Emergency Management Agency is required to implement changes in the National Flood Insurance Program to protect the habitat of Endangered Species Act listed salmonoid species. So part of FEMA's job is to protect endangered species. FEMA. Okay. There are more questions than answers right now when it comes to FEMA and the impact proposed changes will have for local communities as well as homeowners, according to the director of blah, blah, whatever. However, there is no question that when the process is finished, the area will be more highly regulated. Imagine that. The government's going to regulate some shit. Regulate the hell out of it. And the whole point of this article is that there's the state government, the local government is having to deal with FEMA, and neither one of them knows who's doing what. So we'll get into that. Anyway, I'm jumping ahead here. I got the ADHD. Leave me alone. The process is just starting. It may take several years to complete, but there will be some changes. It's going to take a long time. Let's see. There is one advantage that may exist for homeowners and local agencies alike. Whoever said FEMA has not yet determined the guidelines for projects that would be grandfathered in before any changes would take effect. So some people are trying to save their shit from FEMA regulations. According to FEMA, the first element of the changes will be to provide notice to people, educate them about the changes, and provide an outreach plan to contact as many people as possible. FEMA is required to send notice out to affected counties and cities within 60 days of the biological opinion, which states the needed changes predicted. Okay. This part right here is pretty cool. In addition, FEMA will then use the data collection and reporting to establish the compliance and enforcement protocols. What? Let's read it again. In addition, FEMA will then use the data collection and reporting to establish the compliance and enforcement protocols. Okay. Some of the changes may include a 170-foot setback on some properties close to the rivers, but that still hasn't been decided. So this is where we get into the meat and taters of it. There's a lot of questions right now about how FEMA will implement all of this stuff. Of all of it, I think that's why they say NMFS, whatever, I don't even know what the hell that is, will push for the hardest, the 170-foot riparian corridor. So FEMA is trying to encroach on people's properties, basically. It says, otherwise we would be getting into taking issues. Let's see, we were talking about that issue over a year ago. You can't just make a property unusable because of a lawsuit that you have. But I don't know, Pohl said. I'm positive they're going to have to work on exceptions to avoid that issue. Are we going to do the land rights thing? You guys want to do that? States' rights, land rights? Maybe we should, I don't know, go to the refuge, boys. Call for some revolutions and things. No, let's not. Let's skip that for now. Anyway, so the FEMA changes have come about because of a lawsuit that originated in Oregon several years ago that ended up changing the National Flood Insurance Program. Now FEMA is figuring out what is FEMA's role and what is the local government's role. They don't know. They don't know who's doing what. They don't know who's supposed to do what. I don't even think they know what the fuck they're doing. Can I say fuck? I can say fuck if I want to. I can smoke pot if I want to. It's America. According to Fank, the county might help the people along the Miami Foley Road who were flooded in the winter to do repair work. So it used to be Oregon's natural resources didn't want to get involved. We have to be the sponsor. Tillamook Bay Watershed Council can't be involved, so the district took it on. We had the worst flood in Miami last winter, Fink said. I never dreamt it would bring wooden debris onto the land. I used to live up there. I'd never seen it like that before. We had more landslides up there. That was the problem, he added. You know, I don't even understand why FEMA's dealing with insurance. I know this has to do with floods and I don't know. Someone called me out on this shit the other day, and they said that when I had talked to someone who lived near the river, and they had talked to me about their FEMA insurance, and someone immediately jumped on that and said that and called bullshit. And then, like just a couple days later, like a week later or whatever, the same goddamn thing that this guy was talking about shows up in the news. And some idiot on the internet's going to tell me that it's fake? Fuck you. Anyway, I'm just in one of those kind of moods. I'm going to smoke some weed and go to bed. You guys have a good night. Stay safe, and don't forget to renew your FEMA insurance. Look into it some more. Figure out what the hell they're doing. Figure out why FEMA's got to, make people's land unusable and all that shit. Maybe we can... I don't know. I don't even want to start a revolution. I'm too tired for that. Stay safe and be prepared for stuff. Good night.